Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to compare scans. So if you have few scans, just select them, right click with the mouse and go to compare scans. So you can see scan 1 response percentage and scan 2 response percentage, and in here you don't have the response because it was in the second scan, the response was to that frequency. Now you have S1, this is the information about S1, and S2, this is the information about S2. What you can do is actually sort by responses count. So for example, in here you can see that they have two responses. So that one responded and that one responded. Why you can see here 0.00 is because this value is rounded to 2 decimal places. Maybe in future versions I will show all 4 decimal places, but right now this is how it is. Also you can actually see that the responses absolute sum, so they are summed like in here, and the value is then rounded and displayed. Again, this is rounded, but this sum is calculated before it was rounded. Another column is responses count plus absolute sum. So you can see that, for example, here the response was much higher, 1.63%, but because we also added at the beginning how many scans had that response, that's why these values are on top. So you can actually sort it by response count and the value, absolute sum value, or by absolute sum value. You can also sort by responses absolute average value. So this is the average value of these two responses, right? Again, similar responses count and absolute average. So again, two responses and the average was something like that. So this is the columns, and now you can hide unmatched frequencies, and you can see only that much of these frequencies are there because this is a dummy scans. These are dummy scans. But you can also, what you can do, you can filter by any response which is bigger than, let's say, 0.02, any response in S1 or S2. But you can also say all responses, which will basically result that both of them, S1 and S2, will have to have that response higher than 2. You can lower it, and you can also set 0, yeah, and this will be shown. So yes, this is pretty much it. Once you compare the scans, you can select, for example, few frequencies with the shift, hit shift right now, select the first one, hit shift, and you can select the range, or with the control, pressing the control, you can select more of them. And what you can do is you can basically right click and add frequencies to cache. When they are cached, you can actually go to your subject, and in that scan, for example, you can paste it here, paste cached frequencies. So this will narrow the frequencies only to that frequencies which were responsive in both of the scans, which the subject responded to in both scans. So this is really helpful as well. Another way to approach and analyze scans. To clear both frequencies, the cached frequencies, you just go to cache and clear frequencies. Now they are cleared, and at the same time you can clear cached programs. They are cleared as well. So that was how I compared 2 scans, but you can compare also 3 scans, for example, or 4 scans. But the more scans you will compare, there is a higher percentage or higher probability that there will be no scan frequencies matching. It depends also how you will scan your subjects. That's why I advise to always scan the same frequencies values, so they will be always, so for example, this value of 1444 will be always tested and always probed, and then I'm able to actually tell where there were and if there were responses. So again, it's similar. It's similar with the stuff I showed you on the previous scans. You just basically you have S1 response percent, S2 response percent, and S3 response percent. And basically, because I usually don't care about the response lower than 0.01, That's why these values, for example here, it shows that there is response, 3 responses, because that response is probably very low. So yeah, that's it. S3 is a scan 2 and 1413. Scan 2 and 1413, 1413. You can see 0.0032. So when it is actually rounded down to 2 decimal places, it will be 0.00, and that's exactly what we have here for S3, 0.00, but responses count is 3. So don't be confused by that. I will probably in the future show the real values here as they are loaded into a scan. So yes, this is how you can compare scans. I hope it will be helpful to you as well. And yeah, so that's it for this video. Please subscribe this channel and follow us on Facebook so you won't miss any updates. And now you can watch the next video, which explains how to manage activities and programs info. Thank you guys for watching, and bye bye.